Hi everyone, I'm Romy and I'm a dog groomer. Today I'm showing you 4 dogs on my schedule. This is Freddy. Freddy is a Cavalier. I already washed him and I dried him with the blow dryer. The owner of Freddy wants him to be short. So I use the blade, the 4F, also known as the 9.3. I always use the brush and I brush him in the opposite direction so that the results will be more even. And I shave him everywhere except the paws, the legs, the ears, and his tail. Freddy is great on a table. He doesn't mind to groom, but he hates other dogs. After the groom, I always trim the paws. You can shave between the paws, but I always like to use scissors. After trimming the paws, I always use the brush to brush in the opposite direction so you can see all the hair, which you can remove. I prefer my Sensei scissors for this, so you can create an eagle result. After that, I take a smaller scissor to make a round paw. When you finish the paw, you can use the comb to brush the hair straight down. I use my straight scissors to make one straight line. So you can see Freddy's nails. So you see the pink line, that's the lifeline, the bloodline. If you cut in there, it will bleed. So you always need to make sure you only cut in the white part. And with Freddy, it's quite obvious. And again, for the finish, I brush straight into the opposite direction. This is because you want a more eagle result. And again, this is the blade that I'm using. So for the finishing touch, I always use my thinning scissors. I don't want to see straight lines, especially on the head. That's why I'm using my thinner scissors here as well. I shave the ears from inside and then I cut the hair around the ear to make it more comfortable. And that's also to reduce infections. After that, with the straight scissors, I make sure that his ears are cut round. And then again, I'm using my thinning scissors to make everything more perfect everywhere on the dog where it's necessary. And this is Freddy's end result. He is so happy he can finally be off the table. And my second dog on the schedule is Pookie. Pookie is a mix of a Pomeranian and a Pekinese. She is one of the happiest dogs I've ever seen. I already blow dried her and washed her. And now I'm starting with combing because she has a lot of wool. But her owner only wants to have a small treatment, so I won't cut too much. So I will start with brushing her tail, and then I only cut a small part of the end of her tail. You can see how happy she is. She's always wagging her tail. So again, I will start with trimming her paws. I don't shave it, I cut it with the scissors, just all the hairs in between, just erase it. Also, in between her nails, I always cut the hair. And again, I start with brushing at the opposite direction. And with the thinning shears, I make it more eagle and I make it round. It's the same for all the paws. So I repeat this process until all the paws are done. And then again, I use the thinning scissors on her just to make a nice final end result. She has a lot of wool in her coat. I do use straight scissors for cutting her ears. I comb everything down below and then I just make a straight line. In this coat, you don't want to use straight scissors because you get really straight, ugly lines. So that's why I use thinning scissors. And of course, I also need to cut her nails. Most of her hair is growing on her back, so we want that to be more short. Also, when she poops, it's more hygienic. So this is Pookie's end result. What do you think? This is Daisy. Daisy is a Pomeranian. Daisy comes every 2 months. I already bathed her, then I blow dried her, and then I combed her. to get all the wool out and also get a better result. After the combing, I start with making a nice groom on her with my scissors. The best thing to do is use straight scissors, also round straight scissors, but I use thinning scissors. It's just easier. And I don't want to get too much of her coat, so I do it with the thinning scissors. Then I start cutting her nails and trimming her paws. And then I do a full groom on her, just with the thinning scissors I use, but also straight scissors. The Pomeranian always needs to be in a round shape. So also the front, you want to make it round and fluffy. And then I will be cutting the ears. It needs to be round, like a teddy bear, like cute, and not pointy. Now I'm doing the finishing touch. So here's Daisy's end results. Daisy is only focused on the door because she wants to see her owner so bad. So this is my last customer of the day. This is Cherry. Cherry is a rescue dog. She has found the brood and she is a mix with a poodle, a toy poodle. Cherry is really sweet but also kind of nervous, and I always think about her as like a kangaroo because she jumps extremely high. The owners, they want her short, so I do it with a 10. Shorter than a 10, I don't like it because then you will see the skin eventually. I shave her whole body except the paws, legs, ears, face and tail. I brush her head first, then I will start with the model of her head, which needs to be more round. So I use straight scissors. A lot of dogs, they have knots or matted fur around their snout. I will comb that out or cut it away, depends on how bad it is. And then with the thinning scissors, I make it more eagle. Then I take her ears, I comb the hair down, and then with the straight scissors, I make a round ear. Cherry doesn't like to stand at all. She sits 90% of the time. That's why I hold her with my hand and I trim her paws like this. And then I finish with the thinning shears to make it one whole. I always do an hygienic trim. That includes inside of the ears, the armpits, between the legs, and the butthole. So most dogs, they hate their tail to be brushed. It's just a little bit sensitive, but it needs to be done because they sweep around with their tail all day, so it can easily be matted. I'm just finishing her with the thinning shears, and like every hair that is still visible, I cut it away. And there she is. Cherry is finished. I have to be super careful with her because she wants to jump off the table. So if you like this video and you want to see more, please press the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.